They took us to the hotel, and they gave us these lanyards, little thing that hangs around your neck, and this big card about that big, with your ID on it so you can get in the arena. And they told us, if you go outside the hotel, do not wear this lanyard because the protesters will target you. The world is always telling you to take your faith and put it in the pocket. How many of y'all feel that? You're a marked person if you're a Christian, if you believe in the Bible. You believe that? It's old-fashioned. The world is constantly going to tell you to put your faith in your pocket. Hide it. Don't bring it out. And they're going to tell you all these reasons why you have no right to speak your mind. You have no right to believe what you believe. You have no right to impose your beliefs on somebody else. You hear that all the time. Put it in your pocket. That is not something you have to buy into. That is the devil trying to shut you up. And so what it says here is be on your guard. Say be on your guard. You have to guard your heart, protect it. When we went over, I had to go to a rehearsal on Monday, my speech on Tuesday. My rehearsal was at a scheduled 5:30 rehearsal, and I'm thinking, rehearse 500 words, and I'm praying 250 of them, I'm going to read it, so I got to rehearse. I don't understand. So we get in the car, and the car that we were in had just been attacked by protesters. They were trying to break the windows, and they dented the hood. And so he was telling us when we got in the car. And so we drove to the arena, and all around the arena, they had this fence. Not a metal chain link fence, a metal, like, Donovan State prison fence. And it was about 10 feet high, and it surrounded the arena, and then the streets leading right up to the arena, it lined those streets. And going into the block, across the street, just imagine you're driving down Rosecrans, and there's 20 SWAT standing shoulder to shoulder across Rosecrans with their rifles, all bodysuit armor down, just looking at you like this. So we drove up to them. They looked in the car, checked the car, then they kind of moved out of the way, let us drive through, and then they went back. And I was like, that was pretty sweet. I feel real safe right now. Then they went in. Then we drove closer to the arena, and across the block from curb to curb, it looked like a metal speed bump, but it was actually a metal, one of them terrorist barriers that go up about 6 feet high. Oh, you were not getting in this place if they did not want you in. Then we pulled over under this little tarp, and it was a bomb check to make sure this car didn't have a bomb in it. Now, these are the Secret Service cars going in and out, in and out. There's like 50 of them just lined up, these brand new SUVs. So we get there, and they look in the car, and they says, can you get out the car? We're going to check for a bomb. So we got out, and they started walking up with this dog, this German Shepherd. And they said, would you mind going across the street? This dog is not friendly. I said, you don't got to tell me twice. So we went across the street. I ain't even trying to be nobody's hero, all right? And so the dog walked around the car, and then they came with the mirror. The next time we came back, the next day, they had a different dog, and the guy said, you don't have to walk across the street. I said, that's all right. They may have talked in the kennel somewhere. I don't know. They may, I ain't gonna try to take no chances with that canine. And so they walked around the car, then they did the mirrors under the car, then they sniffed in the car, and they were protecting that arena. Then we went through metal detector like at the airport. They were protecting that arena. You need to protect your heart. You need to make sure you know that there's always an attack on you. Constantly. The devil's constantly strategizing how to trip you up, whether it be with sex, whether it be your language, whether it be with drugs, whatever it is. He is constantly after you, and you have to be guarding your heart. Who really has access to your heart? Who really has access to your mind? Who really has access to your emotions, your perspective on the Bible? Because when you watch TV, when you listen to the radio, when you get on the internet, constantly you're being told something, and very subtly, something is happening to your opinion, your perspective. Paul says, guard yourself. And then it says next, stand firm on the faith. Stand on the faith. Listen to the difference in the floor. Hollow. Solid. Solid. Hollow. Do you hear it? Oh, just in case. I like doing it. You don't want to trust in your education only. You don't want to trust in your emotions only. Ladies, come on. Wait, let me say it. I didn't say it yet. No, I didn't say it yet. Yeah. Ladies, how many times have you met a guy and you were like, right? Girl, you need to see him. He is so fine. Say amen. Only to come to find out 3 months later you want him dead. Oh, ladies say, hey, if you know what I'm talking about. Because, dang. I mean, fellas, the same thing, right? I mean, we meet the girl, we think she's just the bomb, and turns out she's a she-devil. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this, your emotions will tell you one thing one day, next thing another day. And by the way, sometimes your emotions are uncontrollable. You just can't stop thinking about this person, or you can't stop wanting something, and you think that it's right because you have the strong feeling. Just don't think, please, don't think just because something feels good makes it right. It's not. There's nothing, there's no truth to that. I mean, it could be, but just because you feel it, that's only one aspect. You do not want to do it, but the devil says you feel it, you want it, you should have a right to have it. That is not true. It's just not. And you don't want to fight for a right to have something when you shouldn't have it in the first place. You don't. And so you don't want to trust your emotions. You want to stand on the faith. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say? Now, if you don't believe in the Bible, then you can choose your other foundation of truth. But I'm going to tell you, this is the only one that doesn't move. That's why they call it the rock. This word right here. And so what Paul's saying is that guard your heart and stand on truth. Don't stand on the politically correctness. Do not. Don't stand on culture. Don't stand on what the media says. Do not stand on your emotion and what you think is fair. Do not do that. Stand on this because we're always wrong. Such to be wrong. You're wrong. Wrong. And when do you find out you're wrong? After you do it and you break your heart, or you get arrested, or you find yourself addicted, then it's too late. Well, not too late, but you just wasted a year, 2, 5, 6, 7 years, or your whole life. Your whole life. So you want to stand on the truth. Then it says next, be men of courage or women of courage. Courage is the ability to do something that frightens you. How many of you, God has asked you to do something that you were scared to do? I'm not going to ask you how many of you did it. If you saw me speaking at the thing, people ask me, was I nervous? I'm always nervous. If I speak 100 times outside this building a year, I don't know what the real number is, but if it's 100 times, and it very well could be, I'm nervous 100 times. And 99 of them, I'm saying, why did I do this? Why did I agree to come? Can I not come? Can it cancel? I mean, I know it's not going to cancel, but you get scared. And how many times out of 100 am I like, man, this is the greatest thing? It was the right thing? 100. But every time the devil's like, they're not going to listen. It's going to be a failure. Da, da, da. He's just bombarding me with all this stuff. And you get nervous, but courage says you got to do it anyway. Now, I'm not saying I'm a courageous person because sometimes I feel like a punk, but I still got to do it. And so God is going to ask you to witness. How many of you God asked you to witness to somebody or pray for somebody or say something from the Bible and you were scared and just you were scared? I won't ask you if you did it or not. Guess what? Welcome to the club. I did a chapel for the Panthers last night, the Carolina Panthers. I've already done 2 this year, and I got the New England Patriots coming up. Go ahead and boo. You go ahead and boo. Go ahead, boo. Okay, now I'm going to show you why you shouldn't boo me. Well, one, I'm the man of the cloth. You shouldn't boo a man of the cloth. The reason you want me doing the chapels and not another pastor is because when I do the chapels and pray for them at the end, I have my fingers crossed behind my back. Now, let me tell you what that means. It doesn't mean that I'm not